Hi, I'm Tim and thanks for watching this video. If you're new into Home Assistant and you're just getting started and your dashboard looks something like this, so it's pretty basic where you have to click on the items to get into your dashboard to be able to control your smart devices. Well, in this video, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you the basic tasks of how to set up your own Home Assistant dashboard from scratch, so that hopefully it will give you some ideas and inspiration on how to create your own dashboard. Now, as I've said, we won't go in depth into every little detail, but hopefully this video will give you an idea. So let's get started. So just before we get started, you'll see on screen I've got my current dashboard. So this is my dashboard that I use for my own Home Assistant installation, and this was created using the masonry option. So it's the masonry style dashboard, which I'll show you in a moment how to create. However, when you do create a new dashboard, it doesn't affect your current dashboard to which you already have. So you can add as many dashboards in as you want to do so. So you can create a different dashboard, for example, for each user or each screen that you're using as your Home Assistant control panel. So if you've got a Home Assistant control panel as a tablet, for example, then you can have a different style dashboard for each device or each user and device. So to start creating your own dashboard, what you need to do is go to settings at the bottom left corner, and then you'll see in the options there's an option for dashboards. So click on dashboards, and this will take you into a screen which shows you all the dashboards that are currently have set up. So a lot of these are created by Home Assistant itself. So you can see the built-in ones are created by Home Assistant, and then there's the user created ones, which are for the map, the overview and test 1. Now test 1 is the dashboard that I've just been creating, which we'll take a look at in a moment. So to create your first dashboard, what you would do is in the bottom right corner, click Add Dashboard, and it will then pop up with a screen asking you what you want to do and how you want to create your dashboard. So for example, you can create a map which would display people and devices. So that's if you're using the advanced mobile option with satellite navigation tracking. So you could tell where people are on the map. And then there's also a web page which you can integrate into it. So if you want, say, a news website that you want to add into Home Assistant, you could add the news website, say for CNN or BBC, for example. So all you need to do is at the left-hand side, you will click on the web page, so the dashboard with the web page, and it will show that website. However, what you can also do is you can have the overview, which is the legacy dashboard. So this is the old style dashboard, and this is what I'm actually using as my current dashboard. So to create your dashboard, you will click either on New Dashboard from Scratch or Overview Legacy. So for the moment, we'll click on Overview Legacy, and then it will ask you for a title. So let's call this Test 2 Dashboard, and you can choose an icon. So this will give it an icon, which you'll see here at the left hand side. Next to each option, there's an icon. So let's just click in the icon and search for dashboard. And you can see we've got the various dashboard icons. Now you can use any icon you want. So just put in a search word there and it will bring up any icons that resemble your search word. So we can select, for example, let's select tablet dashboard. And then you'll see there's an option for admin only. Now, if you want only administrator users to view this dashboard and be able to access it, then you would highlight that toggle option there. Now, the add to sidebar is as it says, so it will add the dashboard to the side option here, which of course we want to do. So we'll leave those all as default and click create. You'll now see that we've got test 2 dashboard at the left hand side. So to go into our dashboard that we've just created, we'll click on Test 2 Dashboard. And you'll see that it's already created our legacy dashboard, and it looks a lot better than the other one that I showed you in the video intro, as you can see. So it's already added all our devices in. So it's got the energy consumption, our user. We've got a button there for my Govee LED strip light. We've got smart plugs in there. we've got my SLZB Zigbee coordinator, we've got the Zigbee bridge, air conditioning, smart plugs as you can see, and then various lights, and then settings for the air conditioning, and we've also got weather. So that's a real easy way to create your own dashboard. And if you want to customize your dashboard, so for example this one, all you need to do is to edit the dashboard. Is you'll see there's a pen icon, so you click the pen and it will say edit dashboard, and you'll see there's an option for areas to display. So if you click on the arrow, you've got no areas. Now if you've set up areas, so for example different rooms, so your device is allocated to different rooms, then it would give you the areas. Now I've just got all my devices on one area, so it's the default area, so I've not created any separate areas for my devices, as the titles for each item shows where the device is. You'll see there's an option there for hide entities without area. So if nothing has an area allocated to it, then it will hide it. But of course, as all mine don't have any areas, I don't want to hide them, otherwise the dashboard would be empty, of course. You can also hide the energy item. So if you recall, this is the energy distribution here. So if again, we click in and we hide energy, click save, it will remove that energy, which you'll see has gone from there. So let's put the energy back, click save, and then it's put the energy back on. So to edit our dashboard even further, we click the pen icon again, and then in the pop-up here, you'll see where it's edit dashboard, there's 3 dots. So if you click on the 3 dots, and then what you need to do is select take control, and then you'll get a pop-up saying take control of your dashboard. This dashboard is currently maintained by Home Assistant. Now what that means is it's creating the dashboard itself with all the integrations and items. So as you can see, it created all those plugs, smart lights, air conditioning, and so on itself. So to customize the dashboard further, all you need to do is click on take control, and now you'll see we're in the edit screen. And when we hover over the items, you'll see we get a blue square against them. So this means that you can edit that one which you hover over with the blue square. So to edit the individual cards, so these items which are in blue, which you can see I'm highlighting randomly, they're called cards. So within your dashboard, which is the test 2 dashboard here, you get the cards, which are the items for your smart home. So to edit each individual one, all you do is hover over it, click edit, and then it will give you various options. So you can configure it. You can also select the visibility icon. So you can add a condition, for example, to only show up at certain times of the day when a certain user accesses it, or when the energy, for example, changes. Say if it's a high energy wattage value, you could select the entity or the entity numeric state, so that when a value goes higher, you could actually get it to pop up on your Home Assistant dashboard. But that would be a bit more advanced, so we won't go into that at the moment. So that's how you basically edit each card on your dashboard. So for the lights, for example, we can click on edit those, and you'll see we've got some more configuration options. So under the entities here, which is required, you'll see we've got the lights listed in there. So if you want to add further lights to that card, all you would do is click add entity and then search for your light. Let's type in, for example, rack, and you'll see we get rack smart plug. So what we could do is in the light section, I know it's a plug, smart plug and not a light, but we could add the smart plug into the light section if we wanted, just by doing that. And if you want to remove it, all you do is for the rack smart plug here, click X, and it will then disappear from the card here. So once you've finished editing it, you would just click save, and it will then put that card back as it was. We could do the same for weather forecasts. For example, we can click edit, and then instead of the forecast type being daily, we could set that to hourly, and we could also show the current weather and forecast. So if we click in there, you'll see we now get a bigger card with the days in there as well. So we get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, as well as today's forecast. You can also change the maximum number of forecast elements. So we can change that to 22, Now, of course, it depends on the size of your screen and the card, for example, but you can have it set to 1, so it just display 1 day, 5 days, or 7 days, for example. So you'd have 7 days forecast in there. So you can see it's quite easy to edit. All you do is just change the card options, click save, and then when you've finished editing all of your cards, all you would do is click done in the top right corner, and that takes you back to your dashboard where you can click on items and control the integrations. And as you can see, we've now got 7 days on our weather forecast. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into how to add things into Home Assistant. Now, Home Assistant should add any more options itself into this card because it's automatically updated and created. But if you wanted to create your own dashboard from scratch with a blank screen, then all you would do is go to settings again, then click on dashboards. Then in the bottom right corner, you will click on add dashboard. And then what you could do is select new dashboard from scratch this time. Instead of overview legacy, we'll select new dashboard from scratch and give it a title. We'll call this new dashboard. In the icon, we'll search again for dashboard, and let's add the dashboard edit icon there. Again, you can set it to admin only. So if you only want the Home Assistant user administrator to access this dashboard, then you would highlight that option. But of course, we want it to add to the sidebar, so we'll leave that as default, which is blue. And click create. You can now see that we've got our test 1 dashboard, test 2 dashboard, which we just created, and then we've got our new dashboard, which is blank. So to create this dashboard, all you do again is click the edit dashboard, so the pen icon. This will take you into the edit dashboard screen. So at the top, we've got the title, so new dashboard. So if you wanted to change that, you click on the pen and we can call it, for example, new dashboard 2 and click update. So now it's renamed our dashboard. Then below this, you'll see we've got unnamed view. So if we click on the pen, what this will do is tell the dashboard what type it's going to be. So the default is sections, which I recommend choosing, or masonry. Or there's another one called sidebar and another one called panel, which is a single card. So it will only give you one card on that screen and that's it. So personally, I would use the sections one or the masonry. So as we've done the masonry one already, so you'll see here, this one is the masonry dashboard. This one is the sections dashboard, which I created. And then for test 2 dashboard, this is the masonry dashboard, which was created automatically by Home Assistant. So we'll go back to new dashboard 2, click the pen icon to edit it, and we'll start creating our dashboard. So in the unnamed view, we can click on the pen and we can give it a title. So let's call it home. And if you want, you can choose an icon. So let's search for home, then scroll down and you'll see we've got maximum number of columns. Now what this will do is create the dashboard in columns. So at the moment it's set to 4, so it'll give you 1 column here, 1 there, 3 there, and then the 4th one here. So it'll give you 4 rows of columns. So let's just leave it as 4 for the default at the moment. And then at the top, we can select background. So if you want a different background to the black, you can add, for example, your logo in. So if you have a company or a YouTube channel and you have your logo, you could actually put your background in. So let's go for add picture. For example, this darker shades of purple. So then with the background set there, you can actually choose the opacity. So for example, it will make it brighter or lighter. I tend to have my backgrounds on about 40%, as you can see here. So once you've set the background, you'll then click save. And as you can see, it's now applied the purple background into our new dashboard. So then what you can do, you'll see here, we've got some boxes with dotted lines around them. Hopefully these show up on video. So we've got the top section here, which is saying add title, add badge. Now I just tend to leave this blank, so I don't bother with the top box there. But for the section here, if you want to add something to that section, you'll click the plus in that new section. Then it will bring up the Add to Dashboard pop-up window. So all you do is, for example, select Devices and choose, say, a light, and then the sub option, which is the light itself, so to control it, and it will give you some suggestions of what card you could use for that light button to control it. So let's go with light color temperature, and you'll see that it's added our first light into the section. So if we just click done at the top for the time being, you'll see that that's started to create our dashboard with our light. So now we can control our light from the dashboard. But that's a bit plain. So let's go in and click the pen icon, and then we'll add another item. So let's click plus next to it, go to Devices, and let's select the bedroom ceiling light. And then under that bedroom ceiling light section, we'll select the bulb to control. And again, let's give it, say, a toggle for this one. So you'll see we've got the back garden light, bedroom light, both in the new section. So if you wanted to add more sections, all you would do is click this icon here with the small plus and the 3 squares, and that will add a new section. So as I've said, you'll get 4 rows of sections in this, but if you want to go in and change it, all you do is click the pen icon next to the home at the top, scroll down, and then change the number of columns. Now you can do this anytime you want, so if you want to add further columns later on, you can do. But to continue with this new section, we'll click plus, go to Devices, and in this case, let's select plugs, and then go in, drill down, and then select either the tile or toggle option. So let's select this one, click plus, Devices, kitchen smart plug, and then for that one, let's select tile toggle, and then click done. And as you can see, it's now starting to build up our control panel and a dashboard in Home Assistant. So basically all you do is click the pen icon, keep adding your devices as you want, and then building up your dashboard until you've got everything that you want showing and be able to control from your Home Assistant dashboard. Now, as I've said, these other dashboards are still here at the left hand side. So anytime you want to go back to your old style dashboard and start again, all you do is go into your relevant dashboard and start editing that one. Now, what you can also do with this sections dashboard is you'll see we've got 2 little dots here. So it's like a hamburger icon. So if we click and hold on that, so click, hold and drag, it will actually move the items in the dashboard into the next column. So again, drag it and it will move it into the different columns. So let's just add one more and then another one, and you can see it will start building up the sections. So it's got 4 at the moment. So if we click again, 5th one, it will start adding 5 and then 6 and then 7 and 8 and so on in different rows. So as I said, you can drag these items into different columns and move them as you want into different columns. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea how to create your dashboard. Now, to go in and delete your dashboard, if you've made a mistake and want to start again with a new dashboard, all you do is go into settings, select dashboard, and then with the dashboard that you want to delete, say for example our test 2 dashboard, you'll click on the 3 dots and then delete, and it will give you a confirmation saying delete, and then it disappears from the sidebar. So that's got rid of our dashboard. Now you'll see that here next to the overview dashboard, there's a home icon with a circle around it. So this means that it's actually the default dashboard. So if you want to set a dashboard to the default, so a new one, you'll click the 3 dots and then select set as default. And then what it means is this dashboard will be shown to all users when you first log in and open Home Assistant. So we'll click OK. So now if we go out of Home Assistant, you'll see, and then go back in, it's taken us straight into our new dashboard instead of the overview dashboard, which I used to use, which is this one here. So let's go back and go into dashboards and then set the overview back to the set as default. Click OK, and that's reverted the overview to the first dashboard and the default one. So I would recommend, if you're first starting out, to, for example, go into settings, go to dashboard, select add dashboard, and then select the overview legacy dashboard. Give it a title, we'll call this legacy, click create, and then all we need to do is at the left hand side select legacy, and it will have already built up your dashboard for you, which is the easiest and best option if you're first starting out. And then as you want, you can just edit it. So click the pen, make sure you select then the three dots and select take control, and then confirm with take control. And that gives you the option to then edit your dashboard, change the cards. So if you want, for example, the energy distribution card, you'll click edit, and then you can change that card to how you want. And the same with the smart plugs, buttons, and so on. Now you can actually still move these items around. So you'll see here we get a number next to each card. There's a number. So if you click plus, what it will do is move card 1 and then push it down to card 2. And then click again and it will move it down to card 3. So you keep doing that, or click on the number directly and then give it a number, say for example 7, and then it will move that energy distribution today to card number 7. So let's change it back to 1, click OK, and then it's put it back. So all you do is just keep sorting your cards as you want using the number plus and minus, or enter the number directly. You can also click the three dots, and then you can also move it to another view. So if you've got multiple dashboards, you can actually move it to a view. So click move to view. Then it will ask you which dashboard you want to move it to. Now it won't actually copy it, it will actually move it to a different dashboard. So just be aware of that. So again, once you've finished editing your dashboard and your cards, just to remember these individual items that have the blue border around them are called cards. So once you've finished editing, click done. So hopefully this gives you an insight and an idea of how to create your own dashboard in Home Assistant rather than using the basic simple one. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know how you get on in the comments with your dashboard. Take care, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Bye for now.